Imagine, if you will, a moment, just a fleeting moment, when you've been standing at the edge of something extraordinary. A glimmer, a subtle shift in the air, almost as though the very fabric of reality itself is being rearranged. And yet it feels as though nothing has changed, because everything around you is precisely as it was before. But there's something else, a quiet realization, a sense that there's more than you ever thought possible. Now what if that feeling, the one you've experienced time and time again, could expand, grow, deepen, and begin to unfold with each new breath, each new thought, each new possibility? It's as if with every passing moment, a part of you is becoming just a little bit more aware of things that were always there, but hidden in plain sight. And isn't it interesting how, when you begin to notice, the world seems to open up in new ways, revealing patterns, colours, sounds, things you hadn't even noticed before. The very nature of your own experience begins to shift and change, without force, without effort, but simply by the act of becoming aware, becoming open to it. You might notice that this shift, this expansion, can feel uncomfortable at first. After all, change always brings something new, doesn't it? New ways of thinking, new ways of being, new ways of seeing. And it's interesting to consider how even though this change is so natural, so inevitable, it can bring with it resistance, even confusion, as the old beliefs begin to dissolve, like fog in the morning light. Imagine that old belief, the one you've carried with you, perhaps for longer than you can remember, as a solid, unmovable rock. And yet, as the light of possibility touches it, it begins to soften, to change shape, to loosen. Just like clay in the hands of a master sculptor, it's starting to reveal its true form. Not the form it once held, but the new, more fluid shape that fits more perfectly with the person you're becoming. And isn't it fascinating how the old patterns, once so certain and ingrained, begin to lose their grip as new patterns emerge, patterns of ease, fluidity, and grace. You might even notice how those old, limiting beliefs start to fade in the background, as though they never truly had the power to stop you, to hold you back. And here you are stepping forward, each step a little lighter, each breath a little deeper, fully aware that your mind, like a powerful magnet, draws in only those beliefs, ideas and actions that align with the highest, most expansive version of who you truly are. As you embrace this shift, you find yourself naturally letting go of what no longer serves you, even before you consciously recognize it. You might even be aware, deep within yourself, that what used to feel like conflict now feels like liberation. Now notice how this transformation begins to accelerate, as the old beliefs are released, to make space for new beliefs, ones that have always been a part of you, waiting for the right moment to emerge. It's almost as if you've been walking through a hallway, and with each step a door opens, revealing new possibilities, new ways of thinking, new ways of being. Each new door leads to a higher level of understanding, a deeper level of trust in your own capacity to change, to evolve, to expand. And now consider how it might feel, in this very moment, to embrace the change as it comes, easily, naturally. Feel how empowering it is to release the past, to shed the old skin of limiting beliefs, and to step fully into a world of possibility, a world where everything you need, every insight, every solution, is just waiting for you to recognize it. And just like that, with a breath, with an awareness, you begin to integrate these new beliefs, these new ways of thinking into your very being. The new belief that change is not only possible, but necessary. That conflict is simply the mind's resistance to expanding. And the moment you let go, the moment you release, it's the moment you truly step into your power. It's almost as if the world has been waiting for you to realize how easy it can be, how simple it can be to let go of those old patterns, to move into the future, into the light of who you really are. Because as you now know, each time you embrace the light, you only become more aligned, more connected, more you. And what if, just what if, you already have all the tools, all the skills you need to move through this process effortlessly, naturally? What if the very essence of who you are already knows how to navigate these changes? Feel how these skills you've developed throughout your life, they're ready to emerge, ready to be utilized in new, powerful ways, to enhance your experience, to support your growth. And so, as you continue along your journey, with each step you take, you feel more confident, more empowered, more aligned with your true self. You realize conflict is not something to fear or resist, but rather a signpost, pointing the way to your growth, to your evolution, because now you see clearly that growth is not something to avoid, but something to embrace, to celebrate, to welcome with open arms, knowing each step is bringing you closer to the more expansive, powerful, and authentic version of who you're meant to be. Feel that now deeply, and allow it to settle into every cell of your being, knowing this transformation is not only possible, but already happening within you, with each new moment, each new thought, each new breath. And the more you allow yourself to flow with this change, the more natural, the more effortless it becomes. Just breathe and know, without a doubt, that your journey is unfolding in the most perfect, natural way. Because you know this change is simply the next step in the endless unfolding of who you truly are. And as you begin to relax even more deeply now, and breathe with ease, you might start to notice the subtle yet undeniable shifts within you. Shifts that are happening naturally, almost effortlessly, like the way a flower naturally opens to the warmth of the sun. And even though these changes might feel new, they feel so right, almost as if they've been waiting for this moment all along. So almost as if your mind, your body, your very being has always known what to do next. And the best part is, you don't need to consciously work hard at it. No, it's easier than you think. You already know how to let go of what no longer serves you. You already know how to embrace new possibilities. It's fascinating, isn't it? How things that once seemed difficult or complex, they become clearer when the right time arrives. And isn't it interesting? When you release your grip on the old, the new ideas, the new beliefs simply begin to flow into place, as if your mind were a river, and the current of change is simply carrying you downstream, gently, but with a purpose, towards a future that's full of limitless potential. Now think about those old beliefs that you've held on to for so long, the ones that seemed like they defined you, but perhaps weren't serving you anymore. Maybe you've been aware of them, maybe not, but they were there, like anchors keeping you in place. But as you breathe deeper, you realize those anchors, they're loosening, becoming lighter and floating away. Isn't it remarkable how easy it is to release them now? It's almost as if those old beliefs are dissolving into the air. And with each breath, you feel lighter, freer, and more expansive. And you might notice how, in this moment, you begin to recognize the truth, that the very idea of change isn't a threat at all, but a doorway that opens to new opportunities, new ways of thinking, and new ways of experiencing the world. And what if, just what if, change doesn't need to feel uncomfortable? What if instead it feels like the natural flow of life, as if everything is aligning perfectly? Because the more you relax into this process, the more you realize this change, it's simply the natural progression of your own growth, your own expansion. And as you accept this deeper truth, it's almost like the walls around you start to crumble, gently, effortlessly, creating space for new beliefs to take root. Can you feel it now? Feel the space, the openness, the freedom. In that space, you might notice how the new beliefs, the ones that serve your highest potential, just appear gently, quietly, as if they've always been there, waiting for this moment to reveal themselves. Because they have been. The moment you started to release the old, the new was already moving into place. You see, change is a constant force, always flowing, always unfolding. And when you begin to accept it, no longer fighting it, no longer resisting it, you start to realize how effortless it is to move with it. And the more you embrace this effortless flow, the more the new beliefs begin to embed themselves in your mind, your heart, your very selves. Because you're not forcing anything, you're simply allowing. And that allowing is the key that opens the door to endless possibilities. In fact, as you breathe deeply, you might find the very idea of embracing the new, of shedding the old, feels more and more natural to you. It's almost like this sense of releasing is something your body knows how to do. Just like you know how to sleep, how to breathe, how to blink. It's effortless. It's a part of who you are. Now notice how your beliefs are shifting. Just as naturally as the tides change, from limiting to expansive, from fearful to empowering. With every breath, with every moment, you feel these beliefs embedding themselves in a place that's deep inside you, where they're safe, where they're accepted without question. Can you sense it? The certainty, the unwavering knowing that change, it isn't something to fear, but it's something to celebrate. Imagine, if you will, how it might feel when you no longer need to hold onto the old patterns. They've served their purpose, and now, just as the seasons change, you release them to make space for the new growth. And you might notice, the more you release, the more you feel yourself expanding, like a tree growing towards the sky, branches reaching out, unafraid of the wind, unafraid of the unknown. And with each passing moment, the resistance fades away, because it's no longer needed. And as this resistance fades, it becomes easier to let go, to trust, and to step into the new, the fresh, the exciting, the unknown, which you now realize holds nothing but possibility. It's almost like your very mind, your subconscious mind, is becoming a magnet for the new ideas, new beliefs, new ways of being. And what's even more remarkable is how these beliefs, they're now becoming embedded so deeply, they no longer require effort to maintain. They simply are. You might find yourself thinking, feeling, and acting in ways that reflect the new you, the expanded you, the version of yourself that's completely aligned with change, completely aligned with growth. Because the truth is, change is natural. And you've always known how to embrace it. Now, what if you could look at any moment of conflict, of confusion, not as something to fear, but as an opportunity to expand, an opportunity to release the old, and let in something new, something better, something more aligned with who you are now. In fact, what if conflict, instead of being something that holds you back, is actually a signal that your mind is opening, that your beliefs are evolving, you are expanding into a more powerful version of yourself. And what if, just imagine, each time you allow yourself to release the old, to step into the new, you become even more aligned with your highest potential. With each new shift, you feel more confident, more empowered, and more capable of handling whatever comes your way. Because you've trained your mind, your subconscious mind, to expect change with grace, to embrace it with ease, and to celebrate it with every step. So as you continue to breathe, as you continue to feel this natural shift, you might notice you're becoming more and more comfortable with the idea that the light of new beliefs, of new patterns, of new ways of being, it's not something to fear, but something to welcome, And the more you welcome it, the more naturally and effortlessly it flows into your life. Because deep down, you know, change is not only inevitable, it's necessary for your growth. It's your path, it's your power. And each new belief, each new shift, each new moment of transformation brings you closer to the most authentic, most empowered version of yourself. And as you continue this journey, you might realize how easy it has become to trust, to release and to embrace the endless possibilities that await you. And you'll find with every breath you take, you're becoming more and more aligned with the most expansive version of yourself, the version that flows effortlessly with change and sees every challenge as an opportunity to evolve. So as you continue to relax deeper and deeper with each breath, feeling the sense of ease and comfort settling around you, you might notice the world around you seems quieter now, less cluttered, more clear. And in that clarity, something powerful is beginning to happen. Because even now, without needing to try or strain, something deep within you is beginning to shift. There's an inner knowing, subtle, quiet voice, reminding you that change is simply the next natural step, the next unfolding of your true self. And isn't it interesting how effortlessly this process happens? How change simply is. It doesn't demand your effort, your resistance, or even your attention. It simply occurs as naturally as the seasons change, as naturally as the tide flows in and out. And as this truth settles deeper within you, you begin to feel it on a cellular level, a profound, deep knowing that transformation is not something to fear, but something to celebrate. And the more you allow yourself to flow with it, the more effortless everything becomes. Now, imagine, just for a moment, that you could see your mind as a powerful magnet, a magnet that naturally attracts new, expansive beliefs, beliefs that align perfectly with your highest potential. And every time you think a thought, or take a breath, you allow this magnet to pull in only those beliefs, those patterns, those possibilities that serve your greatest growth. Feel the ease of this process. Notice how, the more you trust it, the more you allow it, the more natural and effortless it becomes. And notice, just notice, how each time you release the old, each time you let go of limiting beliefs, you open up a space for something new to come in, something better, something more expansive. And this process feels completely natural, doesn't it? You might even begin to recognize how the natural flow of your life seems to encourage you to let go of the old, to release the outdated, to shed the skin of beliefs that no longer serve you. Every day, with every thought, you let go of a little more, effortlessly, because you know the new is waiting to emerge. Feel that deep inside you, the power of releasing what no longer fits and embracing what's coming to you now. It's as if the universe itself has a way of providing just what you need, just at the right time. And as you feel that shift, you realize how easy it is to release fear, resistance, doubt. Because every moment is another opportunity for expansion, another opportunity to align with the best, most expansive version of yourself. And as this truth becomes embodied in your subconscious, you may begin to notice something remarkable, a sense of calm confidence that naturally arises as you encounter new ideas, new beliefs, and new opportunities. Conflicts, once a source of discomfort, now become something exciting, something to lean into. It's as if every moment of challenge is simply a doorway, opening to your next level of growth. And with each new doorway you walk through, you become more aligned with the best version of yourself, the version that moves with ease and grace, unafraid of the unknown. The more you trust this natural flow of transformation, the more you realize you always have the capacity for change. In fact, it's as if this ability has always been inside you, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself, like a seed waiting to sprout. You may notice how easy it's become to welcome change, to embrace the unknown, to step into new patterns of thinking without hesitation. And the more you embrace this natural flow, the more expansive your experience becomes. Imagine now how you are beginning to see the world with fresh eyes that no longer see change as something to resist, but as something to embrace. Each new idea, each new insight, each new belief comes into your awareness effortlessly, like a gentle breeze that fills the sails of your life, pushing you forward with ease, with joy, with grace. And isn't it amazing how you've always had the ability to choose your beliefs, to consciously and unconsciously allow new patterns, new ways of thinking to take root and to blossom within you? Because just like the flowers in spring, your beliefs, they're naturally unfolding, blooming into something beautiful, expansive and free. With every breath you take, those beliefs, they're embedding themselves more deeply, settling into your subconscious mind so deeply you no longer have to think about them. They just are. As you continue to allow this process, you might notice how each belief, each thought, each moment of growth becomes more aligned with who you truly are. No effort required, because you already know how to release what's no longer needed and make space for what is. You already know how to expand, how to shift, how to embrace the light of new possibilities. It's within you, and with each passing moment, it becomes clearer, stronger, more real. Now think for a moment about the beliefs that have served you in the past. They've brought you this far, and they've done their job. But now, as you stand in this moment of transformation, you feel the light of new possibilities shining brighter. And the beautiful thing is, you don't need to struggle or force anything. All you need to do is allow the new beliefs to find their way to you, to naturally flow into your consciousness, your awareness, like a steady stream of light. And every time you step into a new belief, you might notice how the old ones simply fall away, as if they never had a hold on you. Like old clothes that no longer fit, they just slip off, and the new perfectly tailored beliefs slide right in. The more you allow this, the more you notice how effortlessly it happens, how naturally the new patterns replace the old. It's as if you've been preparing for this moment your entire life, and now you can step into it with grace, with ease, with confidence. And now notice how you begin to recognize resistance is simply an illusion. The truth is, change is your ally, it's your guide. And every time you step into that change, you feel more empowered, more aligned, more like the true version of yourself. Your beliefs, they're becoming stronger, clearer, and more in tune with the natural flow of life. And the more you trust in the flow, the more it guides you towards the best possible version of yourself. With each new belief, with each new expansion, grow into the person you've always been meant to become. And you know deep inside, this transformation, it isn't just possible, it's happening right now. And each moment, each thought, each breath you take is simply another step forward. Another moment of becoming your truest, most expansive self. And as this deep knowing settles within you, you can allow yourself to trust it fully, knowing you are, and always have been, perfectly equipped for this transformation. The new beliefs, they're already embedded, already in place, and the flow of change, effortlessly and naturally, is moving through you, helping you grow, evolve, and expand into the most powerful version of yourself. Isn't it amazing how simple it is to release the old, embrace the new, and step fully into the future that awaits you? Each breath, each moment brings you closer to that truth. And you're already becoming the best version of you now.